Moving to our big main topic, we're going to just kind of digest all of that, but I'll let Danny introduce the massive MCU updates that we got. Like, I think we got more than what we expected, as what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, well, I know a lot of people were expecting like, Fantastic Four to be fully announced, like the cast and everything. But like we mentioned in our last episode, we think it's gonna be in D23. But we got a clear lineup of Phase 4, Phase 5, even got some stuff for Phase 6.
Yeah, like
So
to round out Phase 4, which is actually really cool, is we have She-Hulk, and then we had confirmed that Wakanda Forever that comes out in
we'll
November
finish it.
finishes out, and we got trailers for both of those two.
Yep.
That was hype.
The Black Panther trailer was emotional.
Yes.
Yeah,
Music was
Very
good.
good.
that was surprisingly like hit really hard, and I knew a lot of other people who watch it casually, or just really had the first movie resonate with them, that they saw that and got like it felt emotions just hearing it with that cover of Bob Marley and the Wailers. Like, it's done really well. But then, got some big reveals there, right?
Yeah, well, in Phase 5, we got some Daredevil.
That's what I mentioned. Yeah, because we talk about a She-Hulk trailer, which
But
one
sure.
looks way better,
That trailer was better.
and it had the She-Hulk like breaking of the fourth wall that
wall.
she's known for, and then even like Banner, the Bruce looks over like, wait, the hell are you looking at?
Who are you talking to?
I hope there's more of that, because she's known for that. In fact, even fun little aside, like as fourth wall breaking, like she even like I think in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, like the fighting game, she references like to Deadpool that she's done it first. Like, oh, your fourth wall breaking, like, oh, I did that first, and so like I think like it's freaking great. So
Well, speaking of Deadpool, right before Comic-Con, they actually announced that Deadpool 2, and Logan is now on Disney Plus.
all
Mhm.
rated R films,
Yeah.
First rated R
first
movies.
rated R movies on there. Don't watch that. Don't let your kids watch it. Make sure their
Yeah.
their kids' account is locked up.
Yeah, put that parental lock on there.
Yeah, it's also like front and center, like
Yeah.
on the app.
Oh,
It's like-
yeah. When
it's
I was
like,
on Disney
What
Plus,
is that?
the
Don't
other
worry
day,
about it,
yeah.
son. You're 7.
Yeah, when I was watching Luke Cage last night, or catching up on Luke Cage, the first thing is Deadpool.
Mhm.
And then, no, Logan, sorry. It was
Logan.
Logan, then Deadpool, and Deadpool 2. Those are the
Yeah.
first 3.
I think if I had to have a kid watch something, I think I'd rather have them watch Logan than Deadpool.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's-
Logan is...
yeah,
or
it's
I
violent,
don't know,
but
dude.
it's but it's
Logan's like really violent.
it's violent, but it's a little more.
I think it's more
palatable.
a
violent.
little
than
more
Deadpool.
tamed, but yeah, Deadpool is more
Yeah.
of a...
Is it?
Hey, rewatch it.
I mean,
It's
Well,
violent.
when it comes to
not
the,
part 2.
when it comes to the absurdity,
Yeah.
like Logan is way more tamed.
But the thing is,
for
there's also a
rated R.
lot of dialogue that you'd have to sift through with Deadpool and Deadpool 2. Like the whole part when he's growing his hand back, he's like, "Oh my god, it makes this feel huge with this hand." I was like, "Come on!" Like,
I
Well,
bet this feels
the whole
huge.
point is you shouldn't have a little kid watching either of those movies.
anyway, but before we move on to like Phase 5, like yeah, like that Wakanda Forever trailer confirmed Namor. I
Which
love the
looks
aesthetic.
awesome.
The aesthetic they use for Namor is awesome.
Is
Like
it
this-
Namor or Namor? Because I
I
hear
say
everyone say
Namor.
Namor. I always said
I say
Namor.
Namor the Submariner.
And now that it's,
I always said Namor
now
the
that it's
Submariner
like,
because
now that they're
rhymed.
making it a like Latino influence, it might be like a Namor. I don't know.
Oh.
Namor. But the cool thing is it's Latino, but it's also Central American, like Mayan
Yeah.
Aztec influence. That's badass.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense. Imagine conquistadors trying to like screw with those that basically like this version of Atlanteans. Like, nah, get bodied, son. But yeah, that's hype. And then that ends Phase 4 in November. But then we get that beginning of Phase 5. Now you can do that
Well,
rundown
Real quick, I'm surprised that when Marvel first announced all these movies, back a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, that they didn't just stop with whatever would end or just whatever would end Phase 4, because they showed us like, oh, we have Ant-Man and Fantastic Four coming out, but those
We
are
all assumed it was all just Phase 4 up until Fantastic
exactly
Four.
Right.
And then now they broke it up where
Yeah.
now Black Panther is what ends Phase 4, and then Phase 5 begins with
Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Quantumania. that's gonna be hype. But and like that impression that people got at Hall H when they talked about Ant-Man and Wasp, because
Gonna
they
be
showed like a
dark.
sizzle reel. It's like, whoa, the tone is totally different because like for sure we got a Jonathan Majors as Kang, and then Scott trying to flash the but I'm an Avenger thing. He's like, didn't I kill you already? Or like,
Ooh,
he's like, haven't I killed one of you before? I was like, oh, okay, like.
we need to see more of that.
Yeah, homie. Yeah, I'm telling you, Kang's coming in hot. But then we also got another like villain reveal too, which surprised the hell out of me. That I did not expect that we were getting anything MODOK related, which is really cool.
In the
Wasn't it? Well,
quantum realm.
yeah,
Yeah.
because MODOK was supposed to be its own show, I think.
No, it was.
They had
It's on
they had a
Hulu.
MODOK show.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like it.
Oh, so the
Like,
show is a
it's there on
the
Hulu.
show is a thing.
I'd
But
recommend.
is it part of the MCU?
No.
No, it's not. I
Mm.
would recommend watching it because it's got a lot of fun Easter eggs. Watch that. It's also another show that's not on. I think I mentioned way back, but one show that's on Hulu as well that you should for sure watch because it's really fun is Hit Monkey, which has Marvel references like Silver Samurai shows up and everything. But watch Hit Monkey. It's awesome. Jason Sudeikis is in it.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
So I have a side note on Black Panther because there was, I think, Ludwig Göransson, the composer
Yeah.
of Black Panther. He was doing an interview, and he was talking about how they were coming up with the music for the second movie, and he mentioned how they were getting together and coming up with the music for Wakanda and Talokan. And so a lot of people are thinking that Namor might not be from Atlantis, that they might have created this new place called Talokan.
Okay.
And that's where he's from.
That's
So
cool.
it's very possible that he's not.
Yeah,
Atlantean.
maybe not to confuse it with
Aquaman.
Yep. Even though that he's exactly
Hombre de agua?
that's what he is. He's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
ripoff of Aquaman.
We don't
so-
want him to be Hombre de Agua.
But that would be cool to
who
get like
came-
its
who
own
came first, though?
MCU
Mhm.
version.
Who came first?
Who
Yeah.
did come first?
the chicken.
The egg.
But while you're looking that up, if you want to watch our prior episode, we do have a whole Phase 4 rundown of what's been our favorite, what TV show and what movies we've liked.
Namor
so.
came first.
Yes, he did.
Nice.
Namor
He
3
did
years.
come out 3 years before Aquaman.
3 years
so
before.
But not the movie.
But Aquaman
not
came
the movie.
first.
So
the movie.
Aquaman.
My
Not-
man.
not
Aquaman is the rip-off.
not Momoa.
Momoa
The-
that's flying with.
So
Yeah,
I know they said that Black Panther ends Phase 4.
Yeah.
But what does that mean for? Because there's also a Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special coming out this year,
I think that might be
and supposedly there's
unrelated.
The werewolf.
Halloween Werewolf by Night special
So
this
But
year
it wasn't
also.
even mentioned either.
It wasn't. That's probably
Yeah.
going to be mentioned in D23.
unless it's announced in D23 as a surprise and then they
Mhm.
sneak it into the phase,
It might be next year or something.
or they delayed it,
hmm
or
Because Giacchino was so busy he couldn't direct.
Yeah,
Couldn't
he's
direct
already
anything.
done like 5 movies.
This
year.
past
or
like 9 months.
they announce it kind of like What If season 2 and all those animated shows that they announced.
Well,
but
that's
it's-
where they announced the Groot,
yeah,
the Groot show.
Yep.
and
Which we
it's
got a trailer
not
for.
really
It's cool.
in the phase.
Right.
So-
That's why I was a little confused. It's like, so I know
We'll see
it's
what
probably
the-
just like a separate offshoot that the
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, like I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll, like in a way, kind of take place during Phase 4, even though it comes out after Phase
Mhm.
5 or after Phase 4 ends. But I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't think
maybe
Maybe
they're
they've
just
done
like
as like one of
special
those
Yeah.
one
offshoots.
shots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, like the Star Wars Christmas special, like one
No,
of those
no, no,
things.
no, no.
Well,
We don't-
not like
we
that.
don't
No,
talk
I'm saying,
about-
no, I'm saying
we
like
don't
one of
talk
those things
about
where it's
Bruno
it's
Star
not really
Wars.
canon.
No Wookiee life.
It doesn't
days.
count,
It doesn't count.
But yeah.
except for Boba Fett. But,
Yeah.
you know.
But we'll run through Phase 5 now. So
Mm.
we have Ant-Man and the Wasp, which we kind of briefly went over.
In February, right? February.
February
February
17th.
17th.
And then spring of 2023, we have Secret Invasion.
No
which
date
is-
yet.
This
show.
is
It's a
yeah,
show.
which this is like the third logo change they go through.
Mhm.
Yeah, now that it's more green and scroll-ish, so it
Yeah.
looks cool. That'll be fun.
Apparently, they showed some clips of that to the audience.
Yeah, and Maria Hill was there, so she's gonna be a big part of it. So is Samuel Jackson.
Excited to see them both back.
Nice.
I
And
think
my
Everett Ross
boy,
is gonna be in it too.
my boy Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah, he should be in it.
Yeah.
He's got to be
He
in
is
there.
a scroll. So.
He's a scroll. But yeah, so Everett Ross will be in Secret
also had-
Invasion, which makes sense.
They announced Emilia Clarke a long time ago. Was
That is true.
She's
yes.
somebody.
She might be Queen Varanki or some. She's the scroll queen. So, or no, is that Olivia Colman? I think Olivia Colman's in that too.
She's also in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
I don't remember that.
yeah, Academy Award winner.
So then we move on to May, where we have the Guardians, Volume 3, which
Wait.
also got a logo change.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it looks very gold. Very gold and black. I get the Adam Warlock vibes
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna
we
say.
also
But also the High Evolutionary.
yes, that guy has originally he's kind of known for having to deal with stuff with like Wanda and Pietro Maximoff, like at least on this place called Wundagore Mountain, but then they brought Wundagore in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness as to like where the Scarlet Witch's powers and everything come from. But so they're mixing it up a bit, but it's still gonna be cool. Now we know who forget his name. He was in Peacemaker, but they said like they brought him in to be somebody in James Gunn's Guardians 3, and now we know. And he even rolled up in costume and just like y'all are trapped. Like he just like cut a wrestling promo basically. He's like, "You've inspired me from your filth and awfulness." I was like, "This is great." Like this man is basically cutting a wrestling promo. He's having too much fun. And then so the other surprising one is in terms of shows, we got like a sort of like area of release for Echo, right?
Yeah, so summer of 2023, we have the Echo show.
That's dope. That'll be a fun little side
Itch.
thing to watch.
We get Kingpin coming back,
Yep.
Daredevil coming back.
And Daredevil. Did we talk about the reveal at the end of the She-Hulk
No.
trailer?
No, we did not.
That's yeah.
We talked about the show Daredevil, but we didn't talk about Daredevil
Well, I
being
think-
in the
I
trailer.
think you mentioned it briefly, but we
yeah,
still kind of
but
skipped over
we,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's we
we
get
talk
the
about
first
that-
look of MCU Daredevil,
That,
like or like sorry,
yellow
like
suit.
Nah.
redone MCU Daredevil
Yeah,
because
yeah.
technically he was still in
It
it.
was still the
Yeah.
shows are still MCU, no
MCU.
matter what anyone says.
But now he's got a redone suit
Except
because
Kevin Feige.
everybody in this room is caught up with Daredevil on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
I've
cool.
seen that.
Because basically, you know, how
It's the
Bullseye.
other shows I'm still not.
Yeah,
caught up.
Bullseye took over the old costume, so I guess he needs to go back with the classic like red and.
That's
and-
if they
and yellow.
continue the story.
I would hope.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it'll still be a continuation of.
Who knows?
We'll get
shall
more details, I'm
see.
sure, as we get closer.
Yep.
So he's most likely in that just because he's a lawyer.
Of course.
And but 18 episodes for his show.
Yeah.
That's 3 times as many as any other Marvel show.
And we're getting so
on
much.
And
Disney
Star
Plus.
Wars.
And we're getting so
Star
much.
Wars.
Yeah, we're getting so much goodness. Like even before the lead up to Daredevil, Born Again. Like we have
Loki season 2, which I'm
Ooh.
excited for that.
and then
Yes.
July 25th, or is it
28.
28th? I can't read.
Bum, bum, bum,
The
bum.
Marvels.
Ooh, the
Which
Marvels. Yeah, which
got-
now you get Tiana Paris, you have Photon or whatever she had at the end of
Monica.
WandaVision.
WandaVision. Yeah, so you have Monica Rambeau,
Who?
Kamala Khan, Monica Rambeau.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
thought you were gonna
not
do
Maria.
like a Ja Rule. Like,
Monica!
there you go. There you go. There you go.
There we go. You got Monica. You got Kamala Khan, who did a great job with Ms. Marvel, and then you have obviously Carol Danvers as Captain Marvel.
It'll be cool to see Kamala join those 3, like see how that movie's going to be with them 3.
Yep.
But then again, you're kind of taken away from Captain Marvel and all these characters. So we'll see how they mix them all up.
Yeah, because there's a lot of questions that people are trying to now infer because of stuff. Remember the post credits of Shang-Chi,
Mhm.
and it's okay. So she's still reachable, but then now why is she in the thing from the end of Ms. Marvel? If you haven't seen it, so watch Ms. Marvel so
Yeah.
you don't get spoiled. But then, November. Talk about November.
Super excited for Blade,
Yes.
which
Sir,
hopefully we get some cool dark.
Mahershala,
Dude,
do it.
it's still over a year away, and like
Yeah.
we've seen nothing. Like there's no. The only rumor I've heard about it is that
'Cause they're
one.
vampires.
Yeah, it's vampires. It was that there's one certain actor that apparently is being teased to be in
Which
it, which is
I hope.
your boy Anthony Starr
Homelander.
of The Boys fame and Banshee fame. Also a good action show if you want to watch. Banshee's pretty badass, but he might be a villain or he might be somebody like we don't know. That's gonna be pretty hype
The rumor is that he is Dracula.
that he's Dracula.
Mhm.
Damn, that's wild. If they're gonna do a Blade movie and there's automatically he's fighting Dracula again, like
I'll
Blade
take it.
Trinity.
Maybe he'll be like he won't be a main bad guy, but he'll be in the background.
Yeah, and then
Controlling
Moon Knight
everything.
needs to come out asking where his money is.
We need Dane Whitman from
Dane Whitman
Eternals.
from
Hopefully he
Eternals,
shows up.
my boy, the
Getting
Black
his
Knight.
sword.
He took the sword.
And
And
then moving
Speaking
on
of
from
picking
that,
up mantles, yeah, go for it.
we
Next
go
one.
into fall of 2023 and we get Ironheart, which we did see her in the Wakanda Forever trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, she's hanging out with Shuri. Obviously,
And-
like that's a brain trust in and of itself.
And they show her hammering
Doing
away
just like
at
Tony.
iron,
Yeah.
and a heart falls on the floor. So
At-
if you didn't notice that, watch the trailer
Watch
again.
the trailer again. I think before the introduction of Reed Richards, like Shuri might just be one of the smartest people, maybe the smartest person on the planet right now, just because of all her exposure to the Wakandan tech
Yeah.
and everything else. And so you have that's gonna be really cool. Then you have Riri Williams. I'm hyped. I'm kind of hyped. Not kind of. I'm crazy hyped right now. Like it's too cool. We got to keep going now, and it gets even better.
Yeah. So then these
Order
next
another
four,
round.
these next four titles were officially announced. Because I know a bunch of them had rumors, but we had in winter of 2023 going into 2024, we have Agatha Coven of Chaos,
They changed the
Coven,
name.
which they changed the name.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
changed the name. Yeah, let's just be just Agatha Harkness, but no.
So
I want no. That's more. Catherine Hahn is always a plus. She was too damn good
maybe
in
we'll get
WandaVision.
more
Witches.
Wanda in it.
More witches.
Yeah, it might be just
maybe.
the show of witches.
Maybe more. All the other side of the magic users. and
Wonder
the-
how she gets out of her spell.
So the show is
Maybe
supposed to take
because Wanda's
place-
Maybe when she died, it
it broke
allowed
the
her
spell.
to get out.
Come
Who
on,
knows?
guys.
Wait, so the show doesn't take place
Come on,
like
guys.
in Salem, Massachusetts.
We don't know.
in the
We don't know
60s.
yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
It
don't
might
know.
take place
So it's
in
not a
Westview.
prequel.
It might
might
be
be
like
a
New
prequel.
Westview.
But
Yeah. It might be. Who
'Cause
knows?
Maybe it'll be
I
like
mean-
WandaVision 2, and she'll be doing her own thing in Westview.
Yeah. Oh.
Because I mean, the subtitle kind of makes me think maybe it takes place in like in
Chaos.
1600s
God.
like Salem.
I'm here to kill chaos. That's a random reference.
Uh,
Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy. It's like
And then
killing chaos.
after Agatha, we have another Disney Plus TV show, which everyone blew their minds on this one.
Yeah, we just briefed
Daredevil,
it up. Yeah,
Born Again,
yeah. We like teased it. Now that's the full big. Yeah,
with 16 or 18
you know, 18
episodes.
episodes.
18
Don't
episodes.
shortchange it. 18 episodes.
Charlie Cox.
Vincent
Coming back.
D'Onofrio, and then Lord knows who else is showing up too.
We'll see if Foggy comes
I think
back.
Eldon
Foggy
Hansen
and
is
Karen.
rumored to come in, but we don't have a confirmation yet. But
Yeah, Foggy and
Eldon
Karen,
Hansen needs to roll
yeah.
up.
I'm sure maybe we'll get more casting details and
Senor
stuff
Foggy.
in D23 for all
Senor
these shows.
Foggy. Yeah, man. It's
They don't need to show any trailers or anything. I'm sure if they just go through announcements like casting,
Mhm.
that'll be
It's out-
pretty
that would be-
exciting.
it's less than 2
Pretty-
years away.
pretty
It's less
sweet.
than
I
2
think
years away.
I heard that there was a rumor that maybe even Jessica Jones might appear in.
In She-Hulk.
And She-Hulk.
Okay, well, in She-Hulk, but I
There's
don't
been
know.
rumors that She-Hulk will have a lot of cameos.
Yeah.
Lots
But
of
keep in
cameos.
mind, Doctor Strange also had those rumors.
I mean,
so-
Wong shows up
Well, I mean,
apparently in
they
in
did
She-Hulk.
have some cameos, just
Yeah,
not
that's
the,
hilarious that
the
Wong is
50
there.
cameos that people wanted.
it's the Wong universe now, guys.
It's the
Wongverse.
yeah
Phase
the-
Wong.
Wong cinematic. It's the WCU, not the MCU. They just inverted the M to be W,
nice.
so it's the Wong cinematic universe.
Wong's a boss.
I agree.
I think that's the name of the episode, right, guys? Just the
Wong's the boss?
SDCC. Wong is the boss,
Oh,
or
okay.
Phase Wong.
the Wongomatic universe.
Oh my god. So
I'm never
then-
gonna stop.
After spring 2024, we got a Captain America New World Order.
Hell yeah.
Watch them change the subtitle like they did
They
with
might.
the Super Society.
And it'll be Civil War 2.
Second Civil War.
So that's coming out in May of 2024.
That's hype. Give me more Anthony Mackie as Captain America. Make it happen.
I'd be excited for that. So
Yeah.
Chris Evans?
Maybe we'll find out. I
maybe
mean,
it's Nazi Captain
More
America.
Nazis. What is this, Indiana
yeah,
Jones?
Chris Evans comes back as Nazi Captain America, or like
Oh,
Hydra Captain America.
Hydra,
Hail Hydra
where it
Cap.
says Hail Hydra.
Yeah,
Mm,
that's a whole thing in the
that
comics.
was fun in the
Yeah.
comics.
Yeah. My
Now that
favorite
they
was
have multiverses, you never know.
yeah. Someone trying to bring up another New
And-
World Order post blip.
He was a villain in The Gray Man, so I
That-
could see it.
That's Dash.
Lloyd. That was.
That's Dash.
He's also a villain in Scott Pilgrim. He's like Lucas Lee, the coolest guy. You can't grind that rail.
And
Oh,
then
man.
the final movie to end Phase 5 comes out in July of 2024, and that's for the Thunderbolts.
That was
Which was a
hype.
surprise.
Holy hell! I was so happy they do that. I hope they do like some great thing honoring William Hurt, as being Thunderbolt Ross.
I'm sure they will. Because it's
But
probably the team is going to be headed up by, what's her face? Seinfeld?
Contessa, yeah, the Contessa Valentina de Fontaine.
Mm-hmm.
What-
Julie Louis-Dreyfus.
It's
sorry.
cool that it ends Phase 5 with a team-up movie,
Yeah,
but not the team-up
not
you
that
think.
you expect. Yeah, it's a
So-
team of villains. Like,
That'll be cool. Their own little Suicide Squad.
So what it'll be like? What it'll be like?
who do you think the lineup's gonna be?
Bucky.
You think Bucky's gonna
maybe
roll
No.
in that?
We
Yelena?
got U.S. Agent,
Yelena maybe.
Yeah, you have
Yelena.
Yelena
She had
Belova,
it in-
U.S. Agent, Abomination, Baron Zemo.
Zemo.
Would Echo fit in there? I don't know.
Wait, for Thunderbolts?
Echo could be
I
maybe.
I always thought Thunderbolts were supposed to be anyone with like the Hulk, Gamma.
No,
right?
those are just villains. Thunderbolts are usually like it was like Marvel's Suicide Squad, sort of, but they were villains that got
Bad
that
guys
became
doing
their own
bad guys doing good.
bad guys doing sort of good things.
Okay, because then what am I thinking of then?
because you're
It's like
thinking
Red Hulk, Abomination Hulk,
you're thinking
Gray Hulk, like all those characters.
That's
Taskmaster.
Women are gray.
She's probably
there
gonna
was a
be in
show.
it.
There was an animated
She
show
probably
called
would
Hulk
be in
and the
it because
Agents of Smash.
She's still alive.
Maybe
You're
I'm
probably
maybe I'm
thinking of that.
Maybe I'm
but-
thinking of that.
The Thunderbolt Ross was Red Hulk in the comics.
Yeah.
But normally, like the Thunderbolts are usually just like bad guys. And then there was a point where in is it not Secret Empire, but it was a point where Norman Osborn in the comics took over Shield. I think he named it Hammer. But then he took over Shield, and then basically they had like a sort of like Dark Avengers. That's what they were. They're Dark Avengers. So Hawkeye was Bullseye. You had like Red Hulk. One of the Hulks or one of the Gamma, like Abomination was the Hulk.
A-Bomb.
Yeah, they call him A-Bomb. That's the point. That's
Maestro,
another Gamma
maybe? Was
stuff.
Maestro also one of them?
No,
No.
you're thinking of the Maestro. You're talking about other personalities of the
Wait,
Hulk.
yeah, that's like
There's
is that
Grey Hulk,
multiverse, or...
Mr. Fix-It. No, that's just all the
Oh, yeah,
personalities
Joe
in
Fix
Hulk's
It.
head. Yeah,
Joe Fix It. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Joe? No,
Joe.
yeah,
It's Joe Fix-It. Yeah, Joe
Yeah,
Fix-It.
Fix-It.
Maybe
the
we get, like,
Maestro.
a Deadpool.
Maybe that
but
that we'll get
but
in a
not
second.
phase 5 though,
Not in
right?
phase
'Cause
5.
Thunderbolts ends phase
Ends
5.
phase
Yeah.
5.
And when is Thunderbolts? Do they-
2024.
So they don't give a date. They don't give a month
July 25th.
of 2024.
Yeah.
Okay, so phase
Okay.
6 is mid 2024.
Oh, they might even have a chance to bring in Taskmaster
Phase
too.
6
Yeah.
starts fall
That'd be
of
dope.
2024.
Nice.
Bringing
And what is
Taskmaster
phase
again.
6?
What is Phase 6 starting with, my
Start
boy?
with
Starts with in November of 2024. Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Six.
So there's something
4.
that comes out before Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah?
there's one slot that's
Oh yeah, because okay, yes, I remember. that.
Spider-Man. What? Sorry.
There are a lot of things.
I don't know
in
Spider-Man.
Phase
Yeah.
6 that weren't
Yeah.
announced.
There are a lot of but the
I'm sure
things
they're
we-
holding it off.
Yeah, the things we did get announced was pretty out of hand.
D23.
We got some
Maybe.
stuff that was out of hand. So we got Fantastic Four, which we have a date for.
So yeah, Feige was like, "I'm gonna tell you what starts Phase 6 and then what's gonna end Phase 6."
Nothing in between.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
hype.
that
And then what
makes-
ends Phase
And
6?
then what ends Phase 6 is 2 movies. We got Avengers: The Kang Dynasty
Nice.
coming out May 2nd of 2025.
The Kang Dynasty. That's just like Jonathan Majors is going to be putting in a lot of work.
Yep.
This is going to be awesome.
And then the crazy one is Avengers: Secret Wars,
Dude.
which
6 months later.
I don't even know.
November of 2025. 2025 is going to be
Bonkers.
Ridiculous.
Bonkers. That alone is blowing
That-
my mind
but-
because of the possibilities.
And-
'Cause if you go to Secret Wars in the comics, like that's nuts.
And the thing is, there are
They're back to
movies
back.
or shows in between,
in between. Yeah.
either in between those
Well,
movies,
there's-
and there's a bunch of them in between Fantastic Four and the Kang
Yeah.
Dynasty.
So in between Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, you have 2 projects. One in both of them in summer. So it could be a
There's
TV
probably
show,
a show and a movie.
and a movie.
Yeah, there's going to be something
Or maybe
else.
2 TV shows.
Something
but-
else
Might-
is going
maybe.
to be put in there. Something else is getting dropped
Loki
in.
season 3 or something. Like that.
Maybe if they want to tie into the Kang Dynasty, but
But I like I was seeing what Kevin Feige had to say about it, and it made a lot of sense. I thought it was pretty cool how he said for Phase 4, 5, and 6, which is now called the Multiverse Saga,
Mhm.
he didn't want to do an Avengers movie every 10
At
months,
the end
like
of the
every
phase.
Yeah.
phase, and he wanted to build up to something towards the end of Phase 6. Build everything together
Yeah.
to get a
Yeah,
final
because this
conclusion.
is the first time that we're not getting an Avengers movie at the end of two
Each phase,
phases.
yeah.
It's
Or
like at
or
the
in
end
each
of
phase.
Yeah.
Because remember,
in each phase.
yeah, because Phase 2 Ant-Man technically ended.
Yeah, because like we
Yeah.
were saying either last week or a few weeks ago that in Phase 1, how many movies did it take to get to Avengers?
Phase 1, there were a
5?
total of 6 movies,
Right,
including
and
Avengers.
so Feige was pretty much saying like now since they're doing so many more projects, if we did an Avengers movie after 5 projects,
It's
it would
just
be
too much.
in the middle of like at the end of one
Yeah.
year because they do
Well, 'cause even
8
then-
projects a year or something like that.
Even then, it was a 3-year gap between Avengers and Avengers: Age of Ultron,
Mhm.
and during that time we had was it 8 movies, maybe 8, 9 movies almost
I don't know
for Phase 2.
because back then I think they were still doing around 2 movies a year.
with no shows.
Right.
with no
Yeah.
shows.
But
So-
I mean, they could still do an Avengers movie every 2 or 3 years if they wanted to.
But they're not going to.
they could. I mean, they don't have to make it like the end of the phase, but it could be towards the end of the phase.
No, he
but
he
even
essentially
then-
He's
said
saying
that this
it's
is
gonna
how it's
be-
going to be now.
yeah.
That because they have shows and they have more projects going on, that he wants to use the Avengers movies to be the end cap of a phase.
Which
Which
I'm
makes
all
sense.
down for,
Up for it.
because you get a
Yeah.
great build up to lead up to some awesome events
especially
like
if
Secret
you're gonna
Wars.
have 2 huge
Yeah.
movies at the end of the phase.
Because I can see where we're doing like what they did with Infinity War.
Yeah,
and
it's like
Endgame.
part 1, part 2.
Have a part 1, part 2. I mean, in this case, those were 1 year apart. This is going to be
6 months
5
apart.
or 6
Yeah.
months apart.
So they're obviously going to film them together.
For now,
Yeah.
I mean,
Who knows?
there's been plenty of times where they've
change
shown
it.
these slates
and then they
and then
the
they
dates.
change things
Surprise.
shift around. So, it's possible that one of them stays where it is and the other one comes out a couple months later.
Because I do feel like maybe I feel like they're
I'd say it's more possible that Secret Wars gets bumped to the following summer
Yeah.
than Kang Wars getting bumped.
because
If they have
I
to
would
bump it.
I would
Right.
hate seeing only one Avengers movie or even just 2 Avengers movies per saga. If they do that, because I would like having maybe at least 3.
But if you
Avengers
think about it,
movies.
this saga started last year, 2021. And so really you're only waiting 4 years and you're getting 2 huge movies at the end of the 4 years. Whereas
And-
before
but-
we were waiting almost like 3 years for one, right? 2.5 years to 3 years for
And then-
one.
Yeah.
Also, he did mention a lot of these projects are going to have some team ups and some
Yeah.
They have their
people
own
crossing
things
over.
going on.
So
I just hope that doesn't detract from like the main character. Like for
Yeah.
example, like let's say I'll use a perfect example. Echo. Like that's okay. Like this is a kind of like it's a side character getting their own thing. Like give that character the chance to shine and not be overshadowed by
Daredevil and Kingpin.
Yeah, because like in the end, and this is tying into what the idea is that like the person we want to tie in all the street level people should be Daredevil
Mhm.
because he looks like the most experienced. He's doing his own thing, and then hopefully, if Sony lets play ball, they can also tie in Spider-Man. to
They
that.
will. In an interview, he said that he acknowledged Spider-Man as part of the street level people, like
Yeah,
Daredevil. He said those words, and
Yeah.
he said like we're gonna
street-
see those
street
people
level
together.
heroes.
And it
So
it
that will
makes
be
sense
sweet.
now, especially after what happens in No Way Home.
Right.
Like,
Mhm.
So the
he's-
next Spider-Man movie, most likely,
Like-
you'll
like
have
maybe like some kind of
Daredevil or
like
other
Defenders
characters
or like something
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah,
to,
you
to
can
that
do
could
a new
easily be
Defenders.
the next Spider-Man movie. It'll be like Spider-Man / Defenders,
Yep.
Could be.
which would be sweet.
That would be
Well,
so cool.
Announced earlier today, a bunch of news outlets were saying that the director for Kang Dynasty is the
That's the
director
Daniel
from
Cretton.
Shang-Chi.
Yep. That
So this
guy
Which is
and like,
awesome, man.
it's awesome. He
Good for
can
him.
handle the action. He
He
can handle
did-
the spectacle.
Awesome job in Shang-Chi. So
Yeah.
I'm all aboard.
Dude, and that's
So that's imagine. So they already announced that now, and that movie's coming out 3 years from now. Because for a movie that big, you have to start getting it ready.
And
Yeah.
So that means-
D23, we're going to be getting a bunch
That
of
means
stuff.
pretty recently we're probably gonna get an announcement for Secret Wars. Whoever's gonna be doing that too, because that movie's probably gonna be even bigger, and
Yeah.
they need time to.
And this
to
is gonna
film
be this is gonna be so.
and it's not going to be the Russos.
Both
They
of those
confirmed
movies are
that.
gonna probably start filming next year.
thinking about it now. I can kind of understand now why
Planning
we're
will
only
start next
getting
year.
No,
the 2 Avengers movies and they're back to back, because when you look back at the Infinity Saga, that was 11 years.
Yeah.
This is 5 years.
Yeah.
for an entire saga.
Yeah, but it's
Yep.
5 years,
Half the time.
with
with the
double
whole
the
double the
projects.
content.
Triple probably.
4 years, not even 5, 4 years.
2021,
I think,
2025.
so-
5 years.
The only person, I guess, like that's not Feige and like the main like kind of writers and story planners that knows that kind of is guaranteed to have his hands and feet in almost everything at this point might just be Jonathan Majors, because they're gonna need to tap him into everything.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, you
he's
know he's
gotta
going to be
show
in
up.
Ant-Man, and who knows how many other projects.
Do you
he's
guys
gonna
At
be
think
part
least
of.
that
Kang
maybe-
Dynasty and Loki, hopefully Loki season 2 somehow.
Mhm.
Like that's nuts. Like that's blowing my mind.
Do you guys think that maybe they might tease something like a credit scene maybe of Kang in Black Panther?
never know.
That's gonna
maybe?
maybe, but it'd be hard to tie in. We have to know what's going on in that movie first in order to figure that out.
Hopefully, instead of King, it might be Doctor Doom.
Maybe do something Latveria related.
That would be.
Or maybe you know what?
cool.
Speaking of Black Panther, I mentioned to you guys the other day how I would be, or how like they could introduce some characters, and I mentioned that they can introduce one character in particular that could also start a domino effect of adding or cameoing other similar characters throughout the rest of like phase 5 and 6 and stuff. So in the comics, T'Challa does marry Storm.
Mhm.
Correct.
So this could be an opportunity for them to maybe throw in
A mutant or
Storm?
two.
But
throw in
if
Aurora.
T'Challa's not going to be there, then
She doesn't have to marry
she
anybody.
doesn't ha- yeah, she
just
doesn't
has
have
to
to be
be
there.
Storm.
Yeah.
She
She
just
just has
like-
to, I mean, she is related to the character in that sense that they weren't married in the comics. So they can
has to be
introduce
an
Aurora,
Monroe.
and then that could be another like what they did with
I think she was in Kenya, but whatever.
I'm not too sure, but I mean even
That is
then,
not,
like,
that's
it's
not,
still
that's irrelevant.
still the same
Yeah.
continent. Still
Yeah.
the same continent.
Well-
Like how
well-
they brought in like
That's problematic. Sure.
Wanda and Pietro as enhanced when they're really like
Yeah, well, they were enhanced
mutants.
because they were experimented
yeah,
on. Like,
but
this
instead of being mutants, they're enhanced. But now
now they have because of spoilers, because
Yeah.
of Ms. Marvel, they're able to say that there are mutant.
well, not even with
It could be an X gene that gives them
yeah.
mutant abilities to do stuff.
But even with like WandaVision, you have Evan Peters from X-Men, from the Fox X-Men
yeah,
franchise.
but he played
that
someone
was a
random.
troll,
Ralph
man.
Boner.
That
Ralph
was
But he
a,
was-
that was
man.
a troll.
But he was still Quicksilver.
He
quote
was.
unquote.
he
He was still
but
that.
was just Wanda, doing stuff with her subconscious mind.
Well, it's still
And
like,
Agatha.
he's
They
like
just-
like
and
He pulled
Agatha.
from another
Yeah,
universe
Digital.
and grabbed
Yeah, Agatha at
another
that point.
Pietro from another universe.
but he's still
and called him Ralph Boner.
Ralph Boner.
but he's still and for all for argument's sake the same character from the X-Men films.
Yeah, it could have been.
Could have been, could have not been.
So
Doesn't matter.
so that being another cameo, and then of course we have Charles Xavier in Multiverse of Madness, and then now the reference in the finale of Miss Marvel.
Yeah, that remains to be seen, because I still think I like that it seemed kind of played for sort of throwaway when
She's not really a mutant,
she's just
but-
she's like, oh, immune. It's like, yeah, it's just another label, and it's cool because tying to the character, like there's so many things that she is as an other, or some other type of person. Like, no, like I'm like still me. Like I'm just gonna
Yeah.
chill and be me. So that's
Yeah.
gonna be dope.
And then Black Panther now gives us that that opportunity to throw in Aurora.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or just Namor, because Namor is
But
like
he's
the first,
technically
technically like the first mutant. Or
yeah,
something.
he's a Atlantean
Atla-
/
yeah, he's
mutant
aquatic.
hybrid.
Yeah. Correct.
So-
Even though technically the first mutant is Apocalypse, but that's another story. It's not the Oscar Isaac project I want to reference right now.
Yeah, the first mutant like written in like Marvel comics.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's so much.
It'll
like,
be cool to see where Moon Knight
Fits in.
kind of fits into all
I
this.
think Moon Knight's got to fit into like with stuff with Blade, and maybe
Werewolf by Night.
Agatha. What?
Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by
Yeah.
Night, if that rolls up into something. Another
Well-
Phase 6 project that's not in there, like, because Kang might be the master of all this, all the science and all the interdimensional and all the space and time
Oh, yeah.
travel. But they may need mystical arts to try to stop that. In which case, they'll need people like Blade. They'll need Doctor Strange, and who's off doing other stuff with his third eye, and Clea. Like, who knows? Like,
Well, some of the other projects that we still haven't seen but have had rumors on, like Shang-Chi 2.
That has that subtitle. I don't know if I'd believe that. But
Yeah.
That what was the subtitle for that one? It's like something like something time.
Oh, the trademarks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Well, I don't know
I don't know
what
about
the-
I don't know
Well,
about
I
all
don't know
those.
about the
But
trademarks.
even before that, they
But I'm saying,
announced
like,
that
they-
they were gonna do a Shang-Chi 2
Shang-Chi
at
2,
some
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Also,
Armor Wars?
like we were talking about Armor
Armor
Wars,
Wars.
that it
Oh,
wasn't showed up here.
Yeah, it didn't show
About
up.
Don
which was-
Cheadle.
My boy
It's gonna
Don
have Don
Cheadle.
Cheadle in it.
Yeah.
I hope Sam Rockwell shows
we
up
Justin
might
again.
Hammer would
get
be
a
awesome.
we might
Oh,
get
Sam Rockwell's great.
we might get like a Deadpool 3 maybe, or
No, that might. That's
That's
for sure.
confirmed.
100%
Some-
confirmed.
Yeah.
X-Men movie in Phase 6. So there's a lot of stuff.
Possibility.
Yeah. So
we'll know,
this just
D23.
got the ball rolling for so much hype and excitement. It's almost it's just palpable to kind of see just like people cheering. Like if you see like some of the leaked videos of just like those little things, but more importantly is just like I think all the collectively like the fandom, the moviegoers, like if some people are like, oh, there's a bit of fatigue, understandable fatigue. I think into a lot of the superhero stuff going on in terms of film, and if it's just kind of a pre-canned kind of process that we just kind of go through, put them in the machine, kick them out. But we're still seeing a lot of good. I think I'm hopeful that there's a lot of creativity still in there, like with Ryan Coogler and Wakanda Forever. People being able to play around. Obviously, hopefully, we're getting different tones with Quantumania. We still don't know what's going to happen with like Blade and Fantastic Four. They're willing to
No
just-
director announced either
Yeah,
for Fantastic Four.
nothing yet.
Not
So.
yet.
But then like the TV shows are still out. I think that's where the big creativity and stylistic changes are going through, and I'm hoping that more and more of that stuff happens to make them their own unique thing to then bridge kind of the big tentpole movies together. I'm hoping for that. I'm guess one of these marks where just like, hey, if you guys are coming out with content, give it to me. Like I want it. Like just give it all over here. So it's gonna be a tough wait. Hopefully, an entertaining journey to get to the end of 2025 to see what this all culminates in.
For sure going to be a fun 3 years of Marvel content.
Oh yes.
There's going to be a project for everyone, so
Yep.
always got something to look forward to. So
Exactly. With that, any final thoughts, gentlemen? I kind of just shared my stuff in there too. but anything
Woohoo!
else?
I'll say
Ooh
We
wee!
I'm glad. I'm
We
glad
s-
that they showed more than they
Yeah.
said that this is the end of Phase 4 because we were talking about Phase 4 is kind of meandering.
Meandering. We need a setup. I was saying like I called it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's got to be set up for stuff. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
all
is.
set up, but they
where's the setup?
so
going?
now it's like
Well-
flat out. It's just set up because he's like, no, this is the end of Phase 4 because Phase 5 and 6 is where it seems like
I'm
the-
sure
the
we'll
Yeah,
get
crap will-
because
something.
even
all
still,
the
then
crap will
like
happen.
nothing has really connected at this.
Mhm.
I'm
this
sure we'll
phase,
get some
so.
big
Yeah, it's a
things
resetting
in
of
She-Hulk
tables.
and
Yeah.
Wakanda Forever. So.
Yeah, resetting of the table here now, and then now you take with the pieces on the table in phases 5 and 6, throw in some other newcomers, see where that lands, and we go from there.
It felt like a
very exciting.
This felt like an interlude, not so much of like a
Yeah,
like.
Fair enough.
everything.
that's fair. Yeah,
Which is good
entertaining
just
still.
to see where everyone's at.
Mm-hmm. Right on. Yeah.
But we said it here first weeks ago. Steven Spielberg is going to be announced for Fantastic Four.
Dude,
That would be so random and awesome.
yeah. There are some arguments to be like that they could do better than Spielberg, and I'm just
No.
like, hold up.
No,
Who
no,
said
no.
that?
It's because like better for like the tone or what they want for the film and stuff. Like just
Spielberg.
No,
don't just
just
get a big
Spielberg.
name
Yeah.
for it, but Spielberg.
This
Spielberg
man-
can
'Cause he
handle it.
has-
He
hasn't-
says, "I'll do a movie," and then he does an awesome movie.
Yeah.
He hasn't.
He did a musical which he had never done before, and it was a remake of probably one of the most beloved
Iconic.
musicals and iconic musical, and he did an awesome job on it. So
and he's never done a superhero movie, right? So
Friendly reminder: go and watch Adventures of Tintin.
awesome.
There's no way I've
It's
never. Every
awesome.
time we bring up Spielberg, there's no way I'm not going to set this reminder to watch Adventures of Tintin. I swear, that
I love
movie
it.
is criminally good. It's criminally underrated. And so yeah, he can handle animation. He can obviously handle big giant tentpole. He can handle horror, loving family movies,
Sci-fi.
fun sci-fi. Kind of. Catch Me If You Can. It's for like like a caper, like cat. Just fun like
Cat and mouse.
cat and mouse kind of thriller, like fun thriller, like light upbeat thriller. He didn't do serious with Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan, so The man is a master of his art form. He can make it happen.
Maybe instead of Fantastic Four, he does Secret Wars.
That's a bit much. Not much for him, but it's just like you need to give him something that he can still mold it and make it his own instead of just like having a culminated set piece of all these different things. That'd be really hard, and I don't see Spielberg wanting to have to juggle all those pieces and fit them together. I think a clean slate is something that he can play with when it comes to Fantastic Four. It makes more sense.
And at least that, yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's Marvel. They're gonna get one of the biggest directors ever to do one of the biggest movies ever.
Or maybe
With one of the most biggest
maybe-
properties that they have.
or maybe X-Men whenever they do it.
Could be too.
X-Men.
But I mean, I think right now it's just like more Fantastic Four rumors. But we'll see what happens over the next few months. Maybe they'll announce something at D23. But we're not gonna
Mid-September.
know.
Mid-September.
Mid-September,
But
we'll get more news.
We got a lot to look forward to. So
Indeed, everybody.